Hey everybody, welcome back to Locust Grove Homestead. I'm Lucas, and today we're doing a little gardening. We have to get all of this stuff out of the greenhouse, set out here, and we're gonna pick this whole thing up and we're gonna move it over. And then we're gonna see what else we can get into today. Garden's looking pretty nice. Onions have sprouted pretty hard. It's been raining pretty hard around here the last couple days. I've been pardoning off these pumpkins. We're gonna hope to get those guys in the ground this weekend. We need to use this space to plant. I know, I'm supposed to plan these things perfectly when I set this up this spring, but you know, plans change. I think that's the thing about homesteading. You make a plan, and then 2 weeks later, you make a different plan, and then you move everything else. That's one thing that I've really noticed about building homesteads, considering this is our third one we've built. Early on, infrastructure is really the key to a successful homestead. And I know it's really exciting to get into planting and getting big harvests back and focusing all your efforts on your crops, but to me the first thing that we should be focusing on is our infrastructure, because if we get it right and we test it and we trial it and we figure out what works for us, then next year we can have it set like it's supposed to be. Instead of chasing our tail every year, we just reduce our production on year one and get everything set through our experimentation, and then roll big time into years 2, 3, and 4. I've made the mistake in the past of putting too much emphasis on everything being about the food. And while yes, that's important, our main focus should really be on our infrastructure. Whew, it's hot in here. It's like a jungle in here. Jeez, those tomatoes are, I don't know, those tomatoes are about 18 inches tall. Need to get them out, get them in the ground, quick. That's one thing I'll say about using the rye, is that, you know, this is my first year actually running this system, and I shouldn't have planted my plants as early as I did because they're getting too big. I didn't time it out right. I timed it like I normally would. I followed my normal planting dates, and it's perfect. Like right now would be a great time to plant, but I'm still probably 5 days out from getting those tomatoes in the ground, and they're just getting way too big.
It's so bright.
Hey, what are you doing? You having a little fun in the sun time? Huh? You eating a dinosaur? Hey, you having a little fun in the sun time? You know you're supposed to put water in this pool. There she is, she's all empty. You don't realize how much is in here until you move it all in one day. You put it in a little bit at a time, and then all of a sudden, it's like, boom. There's plants everywhere. Now let's get this thing anchored and get it moved over. Get those tables in there. Hey, that wasn't too hard now, was it? A little breezy. See how windy that is? Whew. Rye's all blowing in the wind. Alright. So I went up and scrounged around, see what I could find that was come off the sawmill, and that's what we had left over from the old homestead. So we're gonna make this work. It's probably gonna be perfect, but it's gonna work for this year. So. You know, sometimes it's little things in life, like not realizing that when it's 110 degrees inside the greenhouse and you fire up a lawnmower, that the fumes will kind of start getting to you. Well, that's a start. Hey, I know it's late in the season, but we're getting there. At least we have a bench for our fall crops now. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and fill this thing back up. I bet it looks a whole lot nicer now. Today. It's supposed to be 90 degrees tomorrow, and to think that 3 weeks ago it was snowing here. Man, what happened to spring this year? Went straight from spring all the way to, well, wait a minute. We went from winter straight into summer. It was like nothing in between. All right, it's filled up. Man, filled up finally. You know, It may be 90 out here, but whew, it's like 110 in there. Man, gotta open this guy up. But I think they're doing all right. What do you guys think? Little lone tomato, cute. I'd say once we get it planted, we should have a productive garden. What's next on the agenda for today? I don't know. What do you think I should do next? All right, now we got the greenhouse moved. It's still wet, it rained, and we cannot get the tractor into the field to be able to do any cultivating yet. So there's always a job to be done around here. So we're gonna head up and try to clean up that lane while it's too wet to get the equipment out. So our big problem here has been this honeysuckle just overgrowing the lane. And it's not so bad if you're on the quad, but if you're coming up through here with a tractor, it scratches you, it tries to throw you off the tractor. I wanna get all this cut back. But, so we're gonna be using our handy dandy pruners today. I know what you're thinking, you got that big machine, why aren't you using it? Well, that hill is a little steep, it's too wet, and it's pretty treacherous. So it's easier just to knock this stuff back by hand every 4 or 5 years and then do what we can. Man, we made it about halfway down the lane there. I run out of time for the day though, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow and work on finishing this, but we did a pretty decent job. We got about halfway down the lane. As soon as this dries out, we'll be able to get up here and get this pushed out with the tractor and make short work of it, and we'll tackle the other half at some other time when we got time. So right now, onward and upward. Y'all have a wonderful day.